Welcome to Living Light Vacation, the show where we live our best life and find others doing the same. I'm Joe.
And I'm Gary.
And today we have Lisa and Anna, both from the town of Swansboro. They're going to be joining us today, so welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Today we're broadcasting from the Riverview Park in downtown Swansboro. It's beautiful. You can see behind us there's a lot to experience, and we're going to talk a little bit about that later on. Today we want to run through a few ground rules. I don't know if you've got some ground rules.
I think we just have one main ground rule, right?
Okay, what's that?
We want to keep this thing positive all the way through.
Keep it positive. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. No negative, only good stuff.
This is
Easy peasy.
Yeah, it's a positive cast.
I don't know anything negative.
Oh, well, good. This is perfect.
It's perfect.
My experience so far with Swansboro has been all positive, so I can understand.
What's not to like when you're on the water like this?
That's right.
It's great. So Gary, do you want to introduce our guests here?
Absolutely. So first we have the director of the Swansboro Parks and Recs. Is that correct? Is that right, Anna?
Yes, correct.
Anna Stanley?
Uh-huh.
Excellent. And then the girl around town, Lisa Sparr, and you do a lot of videos for marketing for the town of Swansboro.
I do.
Wonderful. So how long have you been in each one of your respective positions?
Well, I've just been in my position 2 years, but I've actually was with the department before for 4 years, left, and then came back.
Nice, nice.
So.
And how long have you been doing videos of the town area?
For about a year and a half, 2 years. It was something I picked up, and we'll discuss that a little bit. But
Yeah.
I've been with the town for about 9 years.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Well,
You know, when I think of a Swansboro, I think about just a relaxed pace that people, it's a destination where you feel like you're not getting the hustle and bustle.
Correct. Yeah, definitely. You're definitely away from that.
Yeah. So I'm going to kick it off, I guess, Gary.
You want to start or you want me to start?
Oh, you can start. Okay,
I'll start.
good.
I'll get started. I know you like to have me ask the first question, so really want to hear from you first, Anna.
Okay.
I mean, COVID's kind of gone past, but a lot of areas like this have done really well, and we've noticed that this place has been very special and had a lot of attractions. A lot of people come in the area. What do you attribute to that?
Just being on the water. I mean, just having that small town feel. Even during COVID, with our department, we still kept things going. We were closed, but we still tried to offer some sort of opportunity for our community, whether it be small classes, doing some stuff out in the parks. I mean, we kept it small, but we kept going. We didn't stop.
Right.
So,
do you feel that tourism's more during and after now than it was before?
I think a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I mean, people want to be out,
Yeah.
and we've definitely seen a lot of traffic downtown. People are coming and visiting. Sometimes I work in the visitor center, and they just come in and like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen my family in a year. We're so happy to be here. Like I said, people just want to be out and they want to be experiencing. And people are on the water. I mean, our boat traffic has increased dramatically with people, so they're out on the water, traveling up and down the East Coast. So.
Very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, it seems like that, there's a lot of events that go on here too. Like you've got a lot of things that you do that are summertime events that people like to do. They're just out and about and been in parks and rec.
Mm-hmm.
You get to experience a lot of that stuff. So I know that I paddleboard a lot, so I come out here and use it quite often. So Lisa,
Yes.
you are one of the best resources for Swansboro, and so if somebody right now wanted to make a weekend stay, what would be like the ultimate weekend for them?
Well, I would choose 3 things. There are many other things, but my top 3 for a weekend would be get in or on the water, have a nice meal downtown, and music. We have music in several of our venues several times a week, and they're free, they're bands. You can sit at the water, at the many gazebos that we have around town, and listen to the music while you have your special little beverage. So music is why my family comes to visit me. I like to think that they're coming to visit me because for the free music, and I completely understand. There's nothing better because you're on the Intercoastal Waterway or White Oak River and the Intercoastal Waterway. Often you'll see dolphins, so you have a band, you got the water, and you got your family and your favorite drink.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, do we get dolphins up in this area too?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that,
I've been out many times out on the water, and I mean, it's just always such a nice surprise. You'll just see a couple of pods of dolphins just paddling around. Yep.
That's nice.
It is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice.
So is that in the right order too? You music, then the food, then sorry, the water, the food, then the music. I kind of like that order.
I do like that order too. I do like that order too. And getting on the water is really easy around Swansboro. You
Yeah.
have tours that you can take, several boats. They'll take you out. If you've never been on a boat, it's fantastic. You can put your feet in the water. They'll stop at little islands to let you get out,
Wow.
collect seashells. You can get back in. They'll give you the history, the Maritime Museum history. You can take a walk-on ferry to Hemmock Beach State Park, which is, it's very affordable. You just take your little chair, a little bit of walk. So you get on the ferry, they take you over there. Some people don't even get off the ferry. They take the ferry over, take it back. Oftentimes people will get off, you walk over, and it's a fabulous beach
That
on the
sounds
other
like a lot of
side.
fun.
There's a concession stand, there's a boardwalk, so if you don't want to get your feet sandy, you still don't have to. You can stay on the boardwalk. Or you can throw off your shoes, run down into the water, enjoy the beautiful beach again, lots of seashells. And because you have to take a ferry over there, it's not a lot of boat access. There's hardly anybody over there. It's almost shh.
So no
Right,
one
just
lives.
tell everybody about that.
So no one lives on this island.
Correct.
Oh,
It's
wow.
a barrier island.
Actually, the interns live over there on the summer.
Oh really?
Oh,
Yes,
really?
Yeah,
They
there
have
is a
some
small
huts?
little house. Yeah, some huts. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah?
they usually, I don't know how many interns they get, but they, I don't know, like 5 or 6 or something like that. But yeah, they have the interns stay on there on the summer.
What about camping? Can you camp?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you can
Yeah.
go and then come back at the end of the weekend.
Yeah, you just got to get a permit.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, and piggybacking off what Lisa was saying, the outdoor recreation here is just amazing too.
Yeah.
So there's several local outfitters where you can rent paddle boards, kayaks. I don't know if I'm sure somebody has a canoe. They have the fishing tours. I mean, even with our own department, we offer like kids adventure camp and adventure days for them. So, I mean, again, just the outdoor opportunities here is just, there's a lot.
Now, wasn't that like the Park of the Year or something like that recently? I was by there recently, saw a sign said something like North Carolina State Park or something of the year.
You know what? I think you're right. I think I remember hearing something about that on the news. But yeah.
They have
I
a little
hear-
museum there as well.
Yes,
So if
yes,
it's rainy,
that was
you
cool.
got to go out there as well. You can even take the ferry boat if it's raining. I mean, because
Wow.
you're on the water. So if it's a little bit overcast or rainy, you don't really want to go to the beach. Because that's one thing, we get a lot of people coming into the visitor center downtown. If it's a rainy day, what can you do?
Okay.
You can still take the ferry over in the rain. They're not going to stop running them. Unless, of course, it's light and wet, you know.
Yeah.
One thing that I think sometimes is that people feel like they may need a boat, to go to a place like this, and with that particular setup, you don't need a boat. You could just get on the pontoon boat and have just a pleasure ride if you want to do
Yeah,
that. So
absolutely.
I think it's just a fantastic park.
We're
Yeah.
broadcasting in the sunset tonight.
I know.
Yeah, we are.
We just walked right up.
Yeah.
How long has Swansboro been focused on making that a tourism generator? Like, how long has that been your role or whoever's role?
Well, I mean, I think ever since we opened, our department, it's, all of our festivals, bring people downtown. So I think no matter what we do, it's always part of what we do.
Yeah.
So, and some of it just comes naturally because, just like for instance, in the summertime, we have lots of grandkids. Their grandparents live here. They come here, but they bring them to summer camp, and then they do all these other fun things. So it's probably something that they wouldn't do back home.
Mm-hmm.
But so we didn't plan for it to be a tourist activity, but it is. So
Yeah. Do you just try different things and see what sticks?
yeah.
Is that, yeah.
And if it doesn't work, I try it again.
That's
Try it again
smart.
later, and it might work then.
So I take it this is a retirement area because you mentioned that grandparents live here.
Yeah. Mhm.
Nice. I bet it's a top retirement area in the area.
Well, a lot of military retire here.
Oh, yeah.
And
Okay.
it's interesting. They'll come here as young Marines, 18, 19-year-old kids. They used to teach at the college, had a lot of the young wives. Oh, there's nothing to do here. And then the older women would say, yeah, just wait. You're going to love this area in about 2 or 3 years when you're away. When you're away, you miss it, you want to come back.
Yeah.
Because they don't realize sometimes small and, beautiful is something that you don't appreciate when you have it in your backyard.
I would agree.
And then when you
Well said.
leave, you're like, wow. So you have a lot of people they retire here when
You don't know
when
how-
they've seen the world.
Yeah.
They retire here to Swansboro.
And you don't know how many parents have come in and said the same thing. Oh, we're glad to be back. We've been gone for a few years. We were in California or somewhere, and then and we thought there was nothing here, but oh my gosh, we miss it so much.
Yeah.
Just because it is the slow paced, just down to earth, and you can take it all in.
And I mean, there's a town, big city. If you had some major shopping you had to do,
Yeah,
not too far
absolutely.
away.
Either direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although if you're retired, I don't know why you'd want to do that anymore.
Right, you're
That's
right.
exactly right.
And we drove by all the shopping that you needed here, and that little waterfront downtown is very quaint.
Yep, you have all the stores you need downtown. Food,
Yeah.
clothes, shoes. Really, even if you don't want to go shop on the internet, you can go downtown and shop. Really,
Yeah.
we offer everything.
So explain to me the girl around town, like your interest in Swansboro, like, we looked at the videos, Gary and I were
Oh,
kind of
no.
watching the
Yeah.
videos. Like, we were going old school. We were going all the way back to the first ones, we
Multiple
were
years.
multiple years. But we were and we were looking at that and we're like, you have a love for this town.
I do.
And I just wanted you to kind of express that and what your vision for that is.
Well, it kind of started with a bad situation.
Okay.
Well, I know you just said not to talk about bad, but it was Hurricane Florence, which you
Oh.
all know we went through. And so a lot of our friends, left. And my husband, oh, let's stay. So we stayed. So everyone texted me whenever you could get through, said, hey, what's going on? Of course, I started showing videos of what was going on in the area. And then after Florence was over, I realized that the group was growing because they needed to know how to get through Florence.
Okay.
Then after that, it was like, well, show us your downtown festivals or show us the fireworks. And there were a lot of people watching who were homebound. And that's what really got my heart. People who say, oh my gosh, I can't get out of my house because I'm 90-some years old. Thank you so much for showing me the fireworks. So that kind of had me keep on going. And then also just to help with the events at the recreation center, just to showcase the things that we do because people watch videos now.
This is true.
That's how it started.
That's great. That's great. And do you see yourself continuing to do that along the way? Or?
We're starting back again. We're just talking about that because of several reasons why we had to stop. Couldn't get around as much, so we're gonna start back up.
I like the showcase. I like it when a town showcases, some of the nooks and crannies of what give the town character. Stuff that I don't live here, so I love coming here, but I don't know everywhere to go. So there's a need for that, I think.
And people love talking to you.
Yeah.
Then once you get them started, they love telling you what their favorite thing is about downtown Swansboro. Like we stop at a festival, what'd you buy? Oh, this and this and this. They just they're like chatty. So people like to see that.
That's good.
And she's got a real knack for it. She's got.
No, you got it.
Yeah,
You
she,
got
yeah.
it.
she does, and
Yeah.
she has she puts a sense of humor on things, and my favorite one is when we were doing COVID, and we start off at like.
With the mask on? That was good. That was good.
Yeah. We would, and sometimes we just
Well,
do
you
them
have
for
to have
fun.
You have to have fun.
We do stuff over at town hall with the staff and stuff. Yeah, sometimes it's just for fun.
You should probably start a podcast.
You want to do a 3?
Yeah. You just travel around with us.
Oh wait, Anna, I'm sorry, I'm taking another job.
Oh, that's
Let's talk about Anna's job. Anna, I mean, this is part of Parks and Rec right here.
yes, it's one of our parks.
So we maybe think that you have it made.
I do.
It is
Tell us.
nice.
Let's talk about how you have to work hard, obviously,
I do.
to create all this. But how is it that you're able to live like vacation while doing your work?
Well, I mean, prime example is I have to go around and I have to go to all the parks. I've got to visit them.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, just going to them, making sure everything's looking okay. But sometimes, I might take a little break. I might need to spend a little extra time to look at this pavilion to make sure that it's okay.
Yeah. Quality inspection.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
Make sure the view's still there.
Yeah.
You see the dolphin stuck, and see
Yeah.
water.
So, so just doing that, and then just providing stuff to the community. I think it's one of the nice things is I walk out my back door, and I'm in another park in my office, and you walk out the back door, and you hear the splash pad, the water in the splash pad, and you hear the kids, and just the laughter, and laughter's contagious. So you just hear that, and it's, just makes your day.
That's really nice.
So how do you? I'm going to ask this question to both of you. So whoever wants to go first. But how do you live like vacation?
We go on the water whenever we can, in the water or on the water. We are lucky enough we have a boat,
Okay.
and but if we don't even want to get on the boat, we just get our towel and our bottle of water, and this time of the night, we just go to the beach. It's simple. And we take a stroll, we go in the water, and that's all you need is water. What? Water and fire. That's what ancestors had. And that's why we're attracted to it. It relaxes you, and then you feel like you're on vacation because you got all these tourists that are have everything on their shoulders, and we have our little towel. We just live up the street. It's just.
Do you have a favorite beach, or do you go to different one each time?
Well, our children rent a house at Emerald Isle, so we get to pull in their driveway and walk to the beach.
Oh, that's nice.
Excellent.
That's nice.
That's living like vacation.
Yeah, it is.
And that's a wonderful
I'll
area.
tell you one of my favorite things. So I live just about 10 minutes from here, but I still live near the water. It's Bear Creek area. So literally, I live 5 minutes from another section of the Intercoastal. And I have a boat, but it doesn't have a motor. I got to make it move. So, but my husband and I, we kayak. And so we actually will go and put in at one of the boat ramps. They have like a nice sandy beach. And we cross over the Intercoastal, and then it's about depending on the tide, 30 minutes to an hour paddle, and it's to Bear Island, which is the other side of Hammocks Beach.
Okay.
So near Browns Inlet. So and we pack up our kayaks. You wouldn't think that when we start pulling out all our stuff, people are like, "How do you get all that in there?" We pull out blankets, chairs, sometimes a grill.
Oh my goodness, a grill?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Or
I'm
a little
going with
stove,
you.
or a little camping stove, But that's our favorite thing to do. We do that, and we spend the whole day. So that way, so we're laying out, then we're walking on the beach, and then we're just getting in the water, waiting. We'll start at one end of the inlet and just let it float down and get up and then come back and just go around.
Okay.
And so we'll spend the whole day, and that's one of my favorite things to do because again, the only way you can get there is by boat, and so just looking at the island. So I feel like I'm not here. I'm somewhere else completely because I've got an island here. I've got an island over there, and I just love it.
What's your favorite time of the year to do that?
Anytime.
Anytime
But
Okay.
cold.
I didn't know if you had a certain season that you'd rather go.
No, anytime but cold.
Some people will say, "Oh, well, the water's still warm, kind of going into the fall." So
Yeah,
sometimes they go
that's
in the
probably my
fall.
favorite time.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear that a lot, especially up our way.
Oh, yeah. I always like going to the beach in the evening when the sand is colder. And get that cold sensation on my feet. Because sometimes, summertime it's so hot.
yeah.
It's hot. The evening, you get that cool sand on your feet. It just feels so good. So, yeah.
What's your dream, your 5 to 20-year dream for this area? What do you want to see happen? You want it to stay the same? You want to just add a few things? What do you go back in time a little?
I'd like it to grow, but
Yeah.
I don't want it to change too much because I don't want it to lose its quaint little character. It's just so, this is why a lot of people come here.
No high rises.
Yeah. No.
Oh, that was 2 no's.
No,
Okay.
we have an ordinance.
Oh,
Well,
good.
Even if we
Restrictive
didn't, I
height
wouldn't
ordinance.
want them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously we want to see some growth because it's good for for our economy. But on the flip side, I'd just like to see this quaint little town. What about you?
How
Lisa?
about
What do
you?
you
I
think?
agree. Maybe a couple more extended walking paths along the water. I think that
Yeah.
might be something that we could
We're actually
possibly
working on
do.
one.
Yeah. See, there you go.
Where's that going to be?
We are working on. It's going to connect from where the bridge is over here downtown, like Bicentennial Park, over to the Borough Cafe. So,
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So it's in like our master plan to be able to put a boardwalk all the way around, but it's a slow process, but.
That's
One day,
cool.
but
So
we're
you could go
small-
from here down.
Yeah, that's the plan. Is actually from here all the way to downtown.
Yeah.
So.
And I think we like this area because when you're looking out, you don't have boats in front of you. You're just looking out the water.
Yes.
You feel so connected. We have a lot of natural entryways into the water. Our new Ward Shore, it's natural. Now it used to be a wall. Now you can walk down there and put your feet in the sand and the water. You can go fishing. Another thing we didn't talk about, fishing.
Oh, yeah.
There's this right here, all of our water access. You can go fishing.
And we've got
Besides
it-
all the kayak launches we have.
Got a nice fishing pier here at Bicentennial Park.
Yeah.
Was that where the mullet festival comes from? You fish a lot for mullet? That's
Well,
more of a
that-
netting,
that's-
right?
It's
Well,
actually because of the oil that they provide.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that was my next question. Is it obviously you and I've worked a lot on events. But for people that are listening that maybe want a vacation here, that maybe in Raleigh or different places, What are some signature events during the year that you think would be fun for somebody out of town to come to?
Well, we have 4 signature events that we do, and it starts in June, and it kicks off with Arts by the Sea, which is the second weekend in June. And so it features local artists, artists from out of town, and it's just art and food. You have some food. So, and then we have the 4th of July. So, and it's a big event, but it's small. We have music and fireworks. And then I say our largest event is the Mullet Festival, which is in October. And we have people that come into town just for the Mullet Festival. I had a boat just call me last week to make a reservation because he wanted to make sure he had his boat slip for the weekend of Mullet Festival.
Which weekend is that this year?
The second weekend in October. It always is.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and then we follow up, and then we have Flotilla, which is an event on the water. So, get your boat in the water, decorate your boat. I'm trying to talk him into doing something.
Decorate his paddleboard.
Yeah. I keep on him.
Is that the first weekend of December?
It's the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So, and then we also do just through the department, we do some smaller events. So we partner with Onslow County Parks and Rec to bring Pirate Fest. That's another pretty big event. It's in April, May. And so, of course, we do a live invasion on the water. It's really, really neat. And then we do some smaller events. We do a touch a truck and Halloween. And then Christmas, we do a little festival, event. So we try to do something all year long. So
One of the things last year that I did, and you guys know this, is my first year doing the Mullet Festival, my dad and I, we did the mullet toss.
You tossed them?
Yeah, it's so much fun. The mullet, it wears down after a while, so you've got to get it in the bucket with the first 15 tries, or it gets really hard to toss the mullet. But it is really fun. The pictures are so fun of that. I've got so many pictures of that day. But Mullet Festival is a definite.
And what I think is funny about that is they don't want to touch the fish, but once people start doing it, then there's a line and everybody wants to do it.
Starts out frozen, ends up full.
I mean, it's
mushy.
It is so mushy at the end.
Well, it's a lot to do here. It's a
It's a
beautiful
lot.
little town. I think if you're out there watching this show and you haven't been to Swansboro, you want to take the opportunity to get out here pretty soon to check it out. While we still have a little bit of nice weather left this year.
Absolutely.
A few months.
I will say this about Swansboro, and this is I'll say this last because this is one of the things that attracts me to this town, is I appreciate what you're doing with the waterfront, because it seems like a lot of towns, the waterfront is the back of a building, where here you're making the waterfront accessible, so that way you can go all the way around the town on the water, and there's not a view that you miss, and it's really nice that that's part of that project. So
Well said.
if you are looking to find a way to live like vacation, go to Swansboro's website at swansboro-nc.org, and you can find out all kinds of information. One thing that I always thought is kind of cool too, and I'm partial to this, is that there's actually in the Parks and Rec building, there's a weight room.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got them.
I mean,
Hooked 'em.
what's not to like about that? For a fitness guy like me, I just think it's so cool. I don't know another place that has a weight room. That's pretty cool to me.
And we have an office waiting for you now.
Yeah, that's right.
Look at that.
So, but yes, go to the website at swansboro-nc.org. Gary, talk to us about our next spot that we're going to go to.
So our next spot, we're going to be traveling back to New Bern to a very colonial historical facility, the Tryon Palace. You may have heard of it, original capital of North Carolina, the colonial capital. So we're going to be interviewing some great people over there. Can't wait to introduce them. Let everyone know we're going to shoot somewhere inside the compound. It's a pretty big facility. So we're in talks today about what the location is going to be, whether it's going to be the house or one of the side houses or the stables. We're gonna surprise you.
Do I need a puffy shirt like the Ruffles? Yes,
And a
something
wig.
like that, and a
We're
wig.
gonna
A
get you
wig.
one- yeah. Oh yeah.
I actually have some George Washington wigs.
Oh, do you?
I do actually have those. Yeah.
You're you're holding out on.
Yeah, I didn't
I
even.
know.
I just thought about that. I've got those wigs.
It
It's
makes
perfect.
sense that we would wear them for this podcast.
It would make
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, we're definitely gonna tune into that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to be in the audience.
That's there you go. You know, we haven't had anybody as an audience yet.
No,
We've
this
actually
might be a
talked about
first.
yes.
That might be the one.
Ooh.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Well, thank you, Lisa, and thank you, Anna, for today and
Thank
spending
you.
time with us and giving us a really good outlook of Swansboro. So I really appreciate that. We'd like to take a few minutes and thank our sponsors. Obviously, the Swansboro Parks and Recreation, the town of Swansboro, the girl around town. Thank you very much.
Swansboro Sunsets.
The Swansboro Sunsets, the waterfront.
Yes, the waterfront.
So thank you for joining us. Let's live like vacation.